a beautiful morning to you. One small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. One small positive thought, you know, in the morning, as long as it's positive, it can change your whole day. Whether you wake up feeling so, the fact that you are alive and you rise up and you have something positive in your mind, it changes your whole day. So what are you grateful for this morning? I'm sure you're grateful for something. Maybe it's a birthday of a friend, your mom, your dad, your sibling, your wife, your husband, maybe any of your kids. So it's a beautiful morning. Today is Thursday, the 6th day in the month of January 2025, and we are grateful for life. Thank God we are here and you are there. Thank God for always tuning in. Thank you. We appreciate you. Dalu Nagode Esheo, we love you and we appreciate you, because every Thursday on Family and Values, all we do and all we talk about is our health, because our health has a lot to do with our well-being and how well we want to call business. Okay, that career you've been putting so much sponsorship and supporting, aid here and there into. Your health matters, and without your health you can't go anywhere. So this morning we are here to talk about health, and my name is Olori Adejoke Adam. This is Galaxy Television. The program is Family and Values. On Family and Values we talk about everything that makes you human, that makes you to be someone related to someone, stays in a neighborhood, in the midst of a community, from a particular environment, your upbringing, your well-being, everything. That's all we talk about. Your progress, your success story, those lacunas, like some will call it, here and there in the course of your relationship with your partner, with your loved ones. That's all we discuss about. And you can always join us on all our social media platforms on Galaxy Television. Okay, all the programs, we are on the go, so you can join us on either Facebook, YouTube, Star Times, AVO, O Prime, or personally just take it upon yourself and go to our Galaxy application, and you will enjoy all our programs. Okay, welcome once again. I have a dashing young lady sitting next to me. Princess is right here. Jemima is here. So it's time for us to, I want her to greet me in her mother tongue. That's one thing about family. We talked about cultural identity yesterday. So greet us in your mother tongue this morning. If you see your dad or your mom or your siblings in the morning, I want you to communicate. Greet me that way this morning. Okay? That's the answer I want from you.
Okay, so a very good morning to you. I'm going to greet you in 3 different languages. The Efik, my local government, and then my own mother tongue. So the Efiks will say Messiere. Yeah, that's the general Messiere. And then my local government will say Aploka. And then my mother tongue will say carry on. Yeah.
Like carry on.
Carry on, yes.
Carry on. As if we are carrying on.
Well,
okay. But it's all good morning.
Yes, it's all good morning.
Messere,
that's the Efik way of greeting. Okay. And then the Yako language, that's my local government, because we speak general, will say Aploka.
And
then my own mother tongue, where my dad and mom is from, will say carry on.
Yes, small, we don't get that.
Good morning to you. As the television, I am Princess Joy. Come on, it's Thursday. And I'm coming for gym. Yeah, I had to gym this morning, exercise to keep fit. I know how my Thursdays are. I like coming natural, do I am, just to make you understand that from the gym you can still be very beautiful. Did you check your BP this morning? Have you checked your sugar level? With all the carbonated drinks you've been taking, what's your sugar level like? Those are all the things you should always keep in check in 2025. Make your health your number 1 priority. Our doctor said last week, make it a dose. Put it as part of your goals this year. Your health should be your priority. Welcome to the show. Today's topic promises to be very educative. Call a sister, tell somebody, share it, because we want to discuss something that is pretty new, and we know you need that knowledge. That's what Family and Value is all about on Healthy Thursday. Welcome to the show once again. I am Princess Joy Ayo Abo.
Oh, any birthday shout out?
Nah. Not for now.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hey, today is Mr. Jolly's daughter's birthday.
Oh.
Okay. I'm trying to remember her name again right now. Adrian, is it Andrea or Miriam? I'm trying to get that name.
Which of them?
But Edogo. Yeah, I think the first one.
Mr. Jolly, happy birthday.
Edogo.
You know,
okay. Andrea Edogo. So happy birthday to you from your dad, from all of us in Galaxy Television, because Mr. Jolly has always been a lovely and a very good
he's a
colleague.
Very lovely colleague. He knows I'll share his food. He knows. I'm sure today he has brought extra for me.
So happy birthday to you, darling daughter.
daughter.
It's another beautiful year for you. I will pray the Lord will continue to increase in wisdom and in stature, and God will continue to guide your path and your step all the way. Your daddy and your mom loves you, and this is a very special wish from them and from all of us in Galaxy Television. On that note, it's time to also celebrate everyone celebrating today, anniversaries, any beautiful remembrance or any beautiful thing you just remember. Just like I said, a positive thought can go a long way. We wish all the very best. Remember celebrations. Let's go for our mini feature, and we'll be right back to connect with our guest. Stay tuned.
Lagos, Nigeria's largest city, is a hub of activity, but beneath the surface, a silent threat has been spreading. The human metapneumovirus, or HMPV, has made its way from China to Lagos, leaving a trail of illness in its wake. The virus was first detected in China, but it has since spread to other parts of the world, including Lagos. Apart from China, cases of HMPV are also being reported in Hong Kong, India, Malaysia, the United Kingdom and Kazakhstan. In Lagos, the virus has become a threat to the city's residents. There is no specific antiviral treatment or vaccine for HMPV. Supportive care such as rest, hydration and fever management remains the primary approach to recovery. Symptoms of the virus include cough, fever, nasal congestion, shortness of breath, wheezing, bronchitis, or pneumonia. In vulnerable populations such as very young children, older people, patients with low immunity, such as those on cancer treatment, uncontrolled diabetes, and so on. The Lagos State government is taking steps to contain the spread of the virus. Healthcare workers are working round the clock to treat patients, and public awareness campaigns are underway to educate residents on prevention measures.
And this causes just a very mild cold-like infection. You have upper respiratory and lower respiratory infection. You have it is usually a fever, common cold. That's basically what it is right now. It's not COVID. It's totally different from it.
There are lots of international travelers in Lagos, and flights come in 2 or 3 times, and there is need for alertness in the city because people will come by sea, by air and by land. So the borders in Lagos have to be well monitored since they come from the nearest state or country. State NCDC officials have to work day and night to ensure that they screen immigrants. The National Directorate of Port Health Service Office has emphasized the importance of collaboration and mutual respect in efforts at the border community to prevent the virus. They urge people not to challenge or undermine the authority of port health officials, stressing that even high-status individuals could not bypass necessary procedure, as fairness and consideration are vital for everyone involved. Advocated that there must be at least one quarantine center in every state at the moment, and even at the airports, they have an isolation center where you can quarantine somebody, waiting for that person to be taken to the nearest health facility at the state, whether primary, country or tertiary health facility. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in a statement signed by its Director General, Dr. Jide Idris, highlighted that the risk assessment conducted for HMPV in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health and partners classified the risk as moderate in Nigeria. It also said the World Health Organization has not declared HMPV a public health emergency of international concern. However, they are engaging with public through clear and accurate messages to address concerns, dispel misinformation, and encourage appropriate health-thinking behaviors. They work in close collaboration with state risk communication, and these efforts reflect NCDC's commitment to proactive coordination and response at all levels of public health. The spread of HMPV is a reminder of the importance of global health security. As Lagos continues to respond to the threat, residents must remain vigilant and take steps to protect themselves and their loved ones. Remember, you have one life to live, so stay informed, stay safe, Lagos. This message is brought to you courtesy of Galaxy TV.
Okay, welcome back. It's the Galaxy Television and the program is Family and Values. So this morning we're looking at a very sensitive situation that has to do with our health and what we have to do, those steps we have to take, putting all this into consideration and making sure that we're not going to be a victim. The topic before us this morning, as we'll be discussing, is the unseen threat. Human metapneumovirus. Human metapneumovirus, HMPV. That's what we'll be looking at this morning. That's what we'll be discussing. That's what we want to shed more light and to prepare your mind, and also to let you know that you should be aware of your environment, what you touch, where you go, people around you, whether you're in the bus or any other place. And this morning, to be discussing this topic with us is our own darling Dr. Emma Onyenuche. He's the medical director of Waterfalls Hospital in Okota. A beautiful morning to you, doctor. How are you this morning? Happy New Year! How are you, doctor? Hello, doctor. Are you there? Okay, while we're waiting for doctor to join us, to connect here right now, he's joining us right from Lagos here in Okota. And so, what's your own take on the HMPV, the human metapneumovirus? I was doing my pronunciation, even when I was speaking with doctor yesterday, I was saying, I want to get this right. It's just putting all my teeth almost fell off yesterday. So, what can you say about this?
When I saw the outbreak in China, I was scared. I actually thought it was going to come with a lot of force, just like Sense Creator came out and said something. He said, please, if you're a hair vendor, and this said, if you're a hair vendor and you're in China, remain, don't come back. Send your this thing. Send your product, we'll sell it for you, but please remain there. We don't even dare. And I started laughing, but then I went to do research and I discovered that yes, there's actually an outbreak, but it's not as bad. Let me put it, it's not as bad as COVID, even though I listened to when World Health, WHO said it was a pandemic, you know, and everybody should watch out for it and be careful. And then I was asking myself, should we go back to hand sanitizing or carrying nose masks? Or, you know, what are those preventive measures? And the fact that there's not so much awareness, people don't even know. And somebody was even telling me that, do you know that even in China, they don't know that it's an outbreak here. It's
Seriously?
an outbreak, yes. That what they do is they control the information that is getting
to come
out,
out,
so
and they will not
don't-
allow anyone to.
So they don't, and so we are the people outside are the ones even feeding them the information. You know.
It's because it's a particular region. It's
Yes,
not really going
yes.
to
So
all.
they are avoiding that scare that's the whole country, and then they avoid, of course, you know, it's their economy too. They're avoiding people not getting scared of coming in to do business and everything. But we are hoping that doctor gives us more light into to this.
Let's know when the
conversation,
doctor
because
is
we
back,
really
okay?
need to
So the long
understand.
and the short of it is, I still want to believe that there is bronchitis,
Yeah.
unnecessary sneezing, cold. Know what you touch. Know what you come across. When you notice unnecessary sneezing around you, you need to. My nose mask, where is it? I came with it, and I have always had it in my purse. I've always had it because sometimes you get to a particular location or area and there's smoke. In short, COVID has opened our eyes to many threats that can be around us that are airborne,
Yes.
that we need to be conscious
Be
of.
conscious of.
So even when you have this PSP passing by, you know, all the smell, they're horrible, but in spite of that, you still go and just nonchalantly, the fly that perches on any of those
On any
items,
of those
getting
things,
on
getting
them,
to
getting
you.
into your hands or any part of your body is infectious and can actually, you know, cause some infection on you. So
Definitely.
regarding the sanitizer, you know, I've always had sanitizer in my
Yeah,
wallet.
you have.
Even before
Even
Ebola,
before the whole this thing.
coronavirus.
I think at this point, hand sanitizing and nose
Should
mask should
always,
not be something we'll
always.
start preaching about. It's something that should be with you always. Be conscious of it. I remember my daughter, the moment she heard of this, she went to buy nose mask. And I came back and then she said,
Oh my
Mommy, I
God.
got nose mask. And I'm like, okay, nice, but why were you waiting to hear that there's this thing, you know?
And
this guy-
another thing is, I wanted to find out if we can use those home remedies during COVID. I wanted to be sure if it can are very important.
Why I'm
I
actually
wish
waiting
doctor
for
is
doctor
here
is
to
because
join us
I
again.
want him to really give a clearer picture of what
of
we are
what we
dealing
are
with.
dealing with. And
How is it transmitted? What are the safety measures to take? You know, it's something that we really need him to give us a comprehensive. Okay, doctor is on standby.
Oh, glory
thank
be.
you.
Good morning and happy new year.
Yeah, good
How are you
morning.
doing?
Yeah, same here. Good to see your faces.
Dr. Ima, you should
In
find
short,
me
I have been praying and fasting in my heart. That where is doctor? This network don't fail us this morning. We need
Dr.
doctor
Ima,
here.
happy new year, but you should
Yeah.
find time to be in the
Yeah.
studio with us. This is a new year. Just create that one time
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
You know now how we do it. Welcome to the
So
show.
this
Yeah.
morning we have Dr.
Yeah, it has to
Ima Onyenuche. Dr. Ima Onyenuche. He is the MD of Waterfalls Hospital in Okota. So, doctor, I want to ask, what is human I'm coming again. Human metapneumovirus, HMPV. What is this all about,
Yes.
and how dangerous is it?
Yes, yeah, thank you. HMPV, human metapneumovirus, is not new. The end says, it's a virus. You know, we have microorganisms, we have virus, we have bacteria, we have fungi. You know, those are small groupings of all those disease-causing microorganisms. So this one is the virus. It belongs to virus, just like you have heard of COVID-19 and so many influenza virus. Even HIV is a virus. So there are many viruses, depending on which one is on the center stage per time. So many of them have been around. Some of them are also discovered in the process. So HMPV is not totally new. It was first isolated many years ago, I think in Netherlands, about 2001. And incidentally, it has also been spreading the whole world. So it's not a new virus, but sometimes there will just be either a variant or a surge. And this time of surge. Usually they will tell you late winter and early summer. Or the only thing that it has not been, probably because of our weather, it's not something that is too prominent in Nigeria. But that doesn't mean it has not been around. So it's a respiratory virus, just like you have influenza, you have what we call respiratory syncytial virus. They affect the respiration, cough, sneezing, or cause upper respiratory tract infection or pneumonia in worst case scenario. And just like many other viruses, it can also be self-limiting. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you, doctor. How dangerous is it?
So, yeah, so that is a respiratory virus, a virus that can attack humans, just like other viruses that we have seen. Most times it has more effects in children below 14 years and those who have immunity issues, one form of immunity problem, diabetes, HIV people, cancer people, and all that, causes cough, sneezing, and all those things you notice when people have something like common cold. So human metapneumovirus is also implicated. It's a common virus. Let me use that word. It's only when probably there is a outbreak, it now came to center stage, but it's not new.
Okay, doctor, I love the fact that you said it's not new, so it's been there. How is it transmitted, and is there a vaccine for it? Yes, it's not new, it's been there, so that means there's been research going on since the virus was discovered. So how is it transmitted, first of all, and is there a vaccine for it? Is there a vaccine one can take to protect oneself from contacting this virus?
Okay, so it's transmitted just like the other viruses that cause common cold or respiratory tract infection. That means droplets, what we call respiratory droplets, that can be from sneezing, from coughing, and then when it drops on surfaces, when people make contact with those surfaces or shake hands, or you can easily get it. So from getting it directly from aerosols in terms of sneezing, coughing, respiratory droplets, if one is close, one can pick it up. Touching surfaces where the thing has dropped, or shaking hands, making contact can also be a source of getting it. Then vaccine, not yet. Research has been ongoing since HMPV first was noticed, but it looks like vaccine. Some of these viruses are related. It's related to RSV, what we call respiratory syncytial virus. And sometimes when they use vaccine for one, it will have effect. It may not be, it may not have it may not be 100%, but they will notice that when they gave the vaccine, because of some close relation of those viruses, when they use vaccine for one, it shows a positive effect in terms of reducing the chances of getting infected with the other. So, but as it is, I'm not sure there is a vaccine developed specifically for HMPV. And so that's why control measures and all that is reached.
Okay, doctor, I want to find out of recent regarding Lagos. I can say specifically, I've been on frequent polio vaccines here and there in all the LCDAs and the local governments in the whole of Lagos. I want to ask, you said there is no vaccine for this, and the fact that they have been putting all this exercise and trying as much as possible to make sure that every virus, that every vaccine given out is to try to contain or to make sure that there is zero tolerance on some parts of specific disease in Lagos. Do you think that there are certain things that still needed to be done, especially in the area of children regarding this HMPV? What do you think can be done more from parents to the children?
Yes, what can be done is part of what can be done is what you are already doing in your studio. Kudos to you, creating awareness. Because if people don't know what is going on, they become victims of it. So awareness is huge. Parents should know that something like this exists. And then when there is awareness, the next thing will not be, what do we do? That means we go back to the all-time formula that works for all, which is hygiene. Good hygiene, wash hands, always make sure hands are washed, surfaces are clean and disinfected, face mask. Whenever we have this kind of weather that is harsh with dust and all that, face mask never really fails. You know, that's one good thing that came with COVID-19. I mean, the COVID-19 brought the consciousness. I mean, when people wear face masks when they're exposed to dust and the rest, they have less respiratory related infections and diseases. So those things, they work. Make sure where the children are is clean, that we maintain basic hygiene of hand wash and clean contact surfaces and the rest. And then also, of course, if the children are sick, they should be treated. If the children are healthy, they have less chance of being prone to some of those. So make sure they are healthy, they are treated, they eat balanced diet, those things that supply those vitamins and that help to build the body's immune system. So when those basic things are done, we have a high chance of not getting, contacting it. And again, their system is strong to be able to fight it if eventually gets there. And those who are seriously sick will be given proper treatment in terms of making sure that those symptoms and all those things that are come as a result are properly managed.
Thank you, Doctor. It's time for us to go for a mini feature. Our word on marble. So please, Doctor, you just need to hold on for us for like 1 minute and we'll be right back after this time out. Viewers at home, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, as we continue with our discussion on the unseen threat, HMPV. Doctor, are you still there? We've been talking with Dr. Emma Onyenuche. Thank you so much for standing by. So, Joy, over to you.
Thank you, Emma.
Thank you, Doctor. I wanted to ask about symptoms, but you mentioned a little bit of it when you were doing the introduction and what the virus is all about. But I want to ask, what are those major severe symptoms we should look out for that once we see we know that this is a life-threatening this thing. Yes, we know there are common symptoms that are related to cold, but with this particular virus, what is that severe symptoms that is associated with it that you know that, okay, this is where that is coming from, and then you're taken to the hospital for emergency treatment?
Okay, thank you very much. So, in addition to the things we mentioned, which are common with respiratory infections, HMPV, let me use that word, wasn't an already existing signal. Like people who have asthma, for instance, if they have infection with HMPV, it becomes worse because they already have a respiratory challenge. So when someone is having difficulty in breathing, you know, it's a big issue because if someone cannot breathe, it's an emergency. So someone that has asthma, someone that has what we call COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, they already are not having enough air. So when their airways are also infected, it becomes a serious issue. So this can cause pneumonia. Like you say, it's a pneumovirus. It's a virus that affects respiratory system. So when people have things like pneumonia, chest pain, cough, and pain, difficulty, painful swallowing, all those infections around the throat, you know, weakness because they are not getting enough oxygen and all that, it will require attention. So in some cases, it can get to that extreme where there will be need for oxygen, there will be need for respiratory support. So when you have those extremes where there will be need for more attention, which is beyond sneezing and all that, there is fever, you know, you will be able to do something. People are having difficulty in breathing, they have fever, they have disturbing cough, shortness of breath. It will require hospital attention indeed.
Okay, doctor, I want to find out, are there home remedies? During COVID-19, there were lots of home remedy, ginger, garlic, stuff, warm water, what do you call this now? The cloves that you put in your mouth or you chew. What are there home remedies when we have something like HMPV? And also I want to find out that how does it react? How does it affect the immune system?
Okay, so we are people who always have one solution or the other at home, which is okay. So there is always something that can be done. If someone has a cough or someone is having challenges with respiration or cold, usually we have our normal routine. They will tell person warm dressing, avoid the irritants that will trigger it, take warm tea or warm water, you put a little salt in it, you gargle it for sore throat. So those home remedies that sometimes they will tell you to use a balm, apply a balm on the chest, apply balm on the nose area, like we do for children, dress them warm, give them warm water and all that. So those home remedies are there. They help generally to combat cold, common cold and the rest. And it applies to HMPV also, you know, but we always need to be careful because sometimes our people will overdo. You know, like when you see, they will tell you people should use salt water and take their bath, and they put salt in water and drink. All those things are just imaginations of people because salt itself is also dangerous. When you read to when people start drinking salt, they just want to kill themselves. You know, because someone, for instance, that is hypertensive and you now say you want to treat something, you tell you to start drinking salt, taking your bath with salt, they will end up creating problem for the fellow. So yes, home remedies, but not all those things people cook up in the name of home remedy. But home remedy all have a place. That's usually the first things that are done. Even giving paracetamol, simple paracetamol off the counter drug is also considered a home remedy. That's what you give when people have a headache, they have fever, they have pain in their throat. Those are initial things. They give paracetamol and all those off the counter drugs. They are all, you know, part of what is done to make sure that the symptoms are alleviated. And often when it is bad, it's not remitting, then there will be need to seek medical attention. So there's another, you have another question?
Yes,
Okay,
I asked how does it affect the immune system? That was the second question I asked. But Joy will have her own
Well,
too.
while
yeah.
you're answering that, I want to ask,
Okay,
you know,
go
we
ahead.
talk about hygiene, but we just feel is the normal way of hygiene. What role does hygiene, right from the home front, have to do with this HMV virus? How should we now carry out our hygiene? Yes, aside the hand sanitizing, the nose masks, what extra things should we do even within the home front? Should we return back to people washing their hands before they get into our homes? Should schools return back to putting wash hands? You know, during COVID there was a whole lot there. So how do we, what's the role of hygiene in all of this?
Okay, that's good. Actually, that's a return back is something that just made me to know that, you know, that means that they stop at some point. Actually, hygiene, yes, we may not need to put buckets in front of houses like we did during COVID, but people should imbibe hand washing, not just because of HNPV, but because it saves a lot. People who have a habit of regular hand washing, you hardly see them having diarrhea disease because all those things go through the mouth and all those things that make them vomit. So hand washing is, if I want to use the Jersey word, hand washing is there. You know, is something that we should make part of our life. So there should always be, if you enter a compound, a house, yeah, I mean, it's easy to, you have a sink where someone can say, go and wash your hand before you sit down. It just becomes a routine. People don't feel embarrassed. They know that it is normal. It's not supposed to leave because COVID left. That's the issue. Because that time there was COVID, all the other sicknesses that has to do with hygiene, hand washing also reduced drastically. But people didn't know because attention was on COVID. So, but we that were in the hospital setting, we realized that coughing, sneezing, and all those even diarrhea-related diseases reduced drastically because people were taking measures that were cutting off transmission of all those diseases. So let it not return, let it be there permanent. Whether let it people that let there should be orientation on hand wash. But in addition, for this case now, cleaning of surfaces is also good. When people cough, they release droplets, respiratory droplets on surfaces. So routine cleaning of surfaces and all that will also help a lot. And then on the immune system, yes, if the immune system is a virus, so virus thrives when the immune system is weak. That's when so sometimes when people have, it's not that people are not exposed to all these things, including HMPV, but because of good immune system, you don't know, you just have a catarrh, cough, they will think it's normal. It's virus that causes it. You will not know when it is HMPV or when it is the one that cause common cold or RSV, like in that case. But because he goes, he just say, oh, I have catarrh. After a few days, he goes because viruses like these have their time span that they will remit. So that's why we call them we say that they are self-limiting. So within 3 to 5 days or maximum 1 week, when someone has catarrh or cough or common cold, it will go. You will not say, oh, I'm okay now. Although sometimes we take some things to help us to cope with the symptoms, but those drugs you are taking, most of them do not really have anything on the virus. They only help you to manage it until it runs its course and goes. And that's what happens also with HMPV when it is not in a severe setting.
Thank you very much, Doctor. You've been of great help. And
Yes.
finally, let's take your word of advice in 1 minute. What would you advise our people at home? What should they do? How should they react? And what are those things they need to also help to campaign regarding this? Because it shouldn't stop just here. Individually, what should we do
Thank you very
to
much.
help this?
So the first thing is not to panic. Has not been declared a health emergency by World Health Organization. It is not an end of life infection. That means it has been there. It's in circulation worldwide. It just came to prominence. So we know that it is not COVID-19 hygiene. Yes, there is an outbreak. Let's use that word. That is in China more. In China, it's not that China. It started in China per se, but this particular 2024 during December period, China, maybe because of more research and all that, they'll be able to isolate it. But this has been isolated as far back as 2001 in Netherlands. It has been in USA, and some of those countries there. So people should just know a little bit more. But when you have knowledge, you have some confidence. So, practice good hygiene, interpersonal hygiene. Let children be protected in terms of exposure to cold, dust, and all the things that can trigger some of these respiratory viral infections. So when we do that, and people drink lots of water, you can't get it wrong with water. Water helps in hydration. Water helps immune system, and fruits. They supply vitamin C, vitamin, and all those vitamins that are needed to boost immune system. So people should do some of those measures to shore up their immune system. When it's done, we're not likely to have this go beyond what it is now. So that general awareness is just what the society needs. But there should not be any panic. We already know what is happening with the economy and the country. Anything that will be extra stressful should not be allowed at all. Especially when it has not gotten to that dimension.
We want to say a big thank you to you, Doctor. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, and we wish you the very best of this new year. Don't worry, we'll see you one of these days. You just see the two of us land bam in your and you have to, entertain us and do the duty.
He knows he's going me. Dr. Man knows he's going me. He knows.
That day we're going to go through a whole medical checkup for free.
He knows.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you. Have a splendid day. Today's topic has been brought to us. Everything you see put together was by our own darling Oga at the top, our SM, Mr. Teslim Ajayi. Teslim Ajayi, thank you so much for this beautiful honor. We really appreciate all you put together.
Everything.
And the support and the resources, the material, everything. Thank you, Teslim Ajayi. We appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Joy from you.
Okay, what I'm just going to say, just like the doctor has said, do not panic. And please, if you're not sure of the information, don't pass it out. We are good at spreading. You say, please.
Panic
stay away
information.
from false information concerning the virus. If you don't know, if it's not from the right source, please don't spread it. Don't cause panic, because even we are here in the urban area, the rural area, somebody will go there now, go and spread one information, and people will start panicking. So please, that's my message to you. Do not panic. Just keep observing personal hygiene, and everywhere will be fine. Thank you for being a part of the show this morning. I'm Princess Joy Eyabo. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, before I unveil tomorrow's topic, a big shout out again to Ariana.
Ariana.
I'm sorry if I murdered it, but really, many names. I'm a grandma, a great grandma, and so Ariana, happy birthday to you from your dad and your mom. We wish you the very best. Also, and
from Princess Joy, I'm wishing you happy birthday. So I'm the one that is
from Family and Values.
From Family and
And also to Lady Fumi Davis Farodoye. She's a screen goddess. She has always been there. Happy birthday to you, Auntie Fumi. We love you. We appreciate God's grace over your life. And also to Kola Peregrino. Yes, K. Perry. Happy birthday to you. As you celebrate, we pray celebration will never cease in your home. From Galaxy Television, from Family and Values, we love you. Tomorrow's topic is going to be another exciting one. We're talking about